Here with.
Here is Ben Masila, a fifth-year student of Electrical and Electronics Engineering, and I serve as the TUK CU chair.
You pursue electrical engineering. Perhaps if I may ask, if I'm a first year, what would, and as I question you on what you do as electrical engineer. Perhaps are you able to share that?
Right, electrical engineering encompasses of several things, anything to do with electricity. That's electrical. In electrical engineering, we have four options. One is a power option. When you look onto Kenya Power and what we think is electrical engineering, basically even in our olden days while we were child, that we really thought that electrical engineering is stories of Kenya Power and such. But again, we do have what we call control. When you get to the manufacturing industries, there are those processes that need to be in a certain way. So control comes in whereby we do some PLCs and other control measures. And also what we call telecommunication. I believe each and every one of us have maybe used their phones and televisions and such. That's now where telecommunication comes in. But lastly, also what we call computer really. Whereby now we go the direction of computer design and also how it functions, programming and coding. But what is upcoming currently, what is electric vehicles, which is now an upcoming thing, and we are really venturing onto that as we move forward.
Thank you, thank you. You mentioned that you are the CU chair. We are honored to have you here. And perhaps there is a first year who is going to watch this, and they are thinking that should I join or should I not? What would you tell them? They want to join the union, or what would you tell them?
The deal is very simple. If you are still thinking of joining or not, drop the thought and join. The reason is because who I am today is the result of the Christian Union. If I was just to join the to join the school without joining the Christian Union, I can really be very sure and state that I will not be the same person I am in. Today I can stand before people, I can express myself. Today I've learned leadership. Today I've learned on how I can associate with different people. This has come from the Christian Union. That notwithstanding, if the TUK CEO, if the Christian Union was to be taken away from me, the truth is that I will not have friends. Why? Because most of my friends are in the Christian Union, people that we build each other. Look on to now the aspect of also spiritual growth. I came here while I didn't know how to do Bible study, how to pray and such, but I have grown over time. I have grown to where I am currently. Look on to now the different topics that are taught, which directly really relate with us as students. Sometimes people will come and say that I have a outside church, but the truth is this: you can go to a church and after a while, several Sundays, they are teaching things that don't relate with you, but come here, each and every topic is really just for you because it's designed for students and you are a student. TUK CU and now Christian Union, wherever you are, that is the best because it's just 4, 3 or 5 years depending on your course, and that chance will go on. I'll urge each and every student to find a place to serve in the Christian Union because there they will grow and become better students. Thank you.
Yes, guys, you hear it from the chair himself that this is where it happens. Now, following up on the topic, perhaps what was your take home from the service?
I really marvel on the kind of topics that come on board when it comes to the services in the Christian Union. For instance, today having the topic spiritual maturity by Dr. Eli Diao, elder in Sitam Karen, and also the CU patron at AIU, and also is the registrar here. And seeing on to now the aspects that were addressed in the sermon. First, the definition of spiritual maturity. And even starting with the question, do you think that you have grown spiritually and have you really attained that? Was a throwback to us to start even thinking of our lives, getting back, how have I been living? But now getting to the question of how really can I grow, which was applicational. But before getting to that, now get to the markers themselves. The markers. How can I really do an audit of myself to determine my growth? Are you really grounded with the word of God? Do you have a biblical worldview and convictions? Are you serving because the aspect of us coming together as a fellowship and serving one another, that's a marker of spiritual maturity. But again, now the question of how, which is now the application of bit of it, and knowing that this starts from a point of salvation. We can't speak of spiritual maturity without being spiritual. It starts by you first becoming spiritual, and that's through salvation. But again, now it takes God, whereby God now is the one who gives now the resources and even the willingness to be there in salvation, and now for you to grow. But again, God will not just work onto you while you're seated. Now it takes you, whereby now we get to the place of a desire and again discipline. But again, it takes the place of others. You can't grow alone. Others will help you to serve together, to also get to gauge yourself, whereby they can evaluate you and tell you this is where you are. But again, this is not an instant thing, but a something that takes time. So it also takes time. But again, the ultimate of it really coming to understand that our model is not those kind of people that we think they are good guys who have been saved for long, our mentors and such, but our ultimate model is Jesus Christ. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing that. It was not noticeable that we are almost coming to the end of the program, to mean that not the end of the semester, but the end of our program. We are breaking for our festive holidays. Perhaps what is your message to the Christian Union members and perhaps to the members of the university?
As we break for the festive season, festivity comes with a lot of things. Festivity will come with positive and negative things. I am really so impressed with what Focus does, such that they seek to engage us during this festive season, not wholly, but just for a portion of our time, to be in a place whereby we can grow. And now for this year, as we go to commission conference, a place that I know I will grow, because I was there in commission 2021, which was happening here in Technical University of Kenya, and it was online. And I can really attest, and I will encourage, as the deadline is today for registration, if you are there and you'll get to hear this message, could you please register for commission conference so that we may go and be impacted? Because even from our today's sermon, you can remember the speaker mentioned that we are not just called to be disciples, but also to make disciples. So how can we then make these disciples if you are not trained well on how to do it really? So I encourage us to just take up this. But again, those who will not be able to do this, as you go home, we are sending you as light. We are sending you as a salt to the churches that you are getting to the people that you'll be interacting with. You'll meet some old friends that maybe you met them in the other festive season. Get to make them know that there is Christ in you, and let transformation be seen in your life, such that at the end of it all, they will testify for the goodness of God in your life. Don't go and just have festive and eat and drink and have merry, but remember that you have also a family business, a kingdom business, to continue to glorify the Lord.
Thank you, Chair. It has been an honor having you here. I'll see you next time. Thank you.